You guys don't need to worry about me getting revenge from Diddy. I've got 3 moves that make sure he'll never be able to come after me or my family. First, I personally reached out to the victims' legal teams. The real reason he's not getting out is those buried cases behind the scenes. I provided legal funding for 7 victims who had been silent for years and brought in the top criminal attorneys in the country. Second, I bought up every potential post-release business deal he had lined up. I planned this 2 years in advance, so by the time he got sentenced and still had hope of getting out, every partner had already cut ties with him. Third, I don't just have evidence, I've got backups. This is an entire minefield that's been buried for 20 years. I uncovered every secret from the last 30 years. With testimonies from the victims, we interviewed over a dozen people he tricked, threatened, or violated. You think that's harsh? No, he destroyed other people's lives for decades. I'm just making sure he spends a few extra years in prison for it. I'm not afraid of his people, not afraid of his threats. I know he's still in there fantasizing about a comeback, but the truth is, he's never coming back.
I feel funny. Is this real life?
Yes, this is real life.
I feel crazy. The world is spinning around me.
Don't touch your stitches, Justin. Bieber, don't touch your stitches.
What's happening?
No. Bieber, stop.
You have 4 eyes. I have 2 fingers. I have 3 fingers. Is this gonna last forever?
Justin, stop it.
The internet didn't just react, it snapped its neck, turning toward the noise. Because the second 50 Cent's bold documentary statements mentioning Diddy and Justin Bieber started circulating, timelines didn't scroll. They caught fire, rolled downhill, and exploded twice. Reaction channels hit records so fast their buttons filed for workers' comp. Comment sections turned into courtroom dramas. Hosted by people with 0 law degrees and unlimited confidence, suddenly everybody online became a documentary analyst, a celebrity historian, and a body language professor with a minor in pause button forensics. People weren't watching clips. They were interrogating pixels, replaying syllables, cross-examining tone like it owed them money. Some viewers yelled, "This changes everything." Others yelled, "This proves nothing." And a third group yelled, "Nobody watched the full doc, but everybody has a final verdict." Which might be the most honest sentence posted all week. Because when a heavyweight personality drops sharp-edged commentary inside a documentary frame, the internet doesn't hear opinion. It hears alarm bells with surround sound. This isn't tea. This is espresso mixed with gasoline dot, and if you think this is just another celebrity name drop moment, oh no, this one grew legs, grabbed a microphone, and started a debate riot. Stay locked in, because the first wave was only the appetizer. The moment those bold documentary statements from 50 Cent started circulating, the ones where he speaks sharply and controversially while referencing Diddy and Justin Bieber, the internet didn't lean forward politely. It kicked the door open, pulled up a chair, and ordered chaos with extra sauce. Feeds didn't scroll, they spiraled. Reaction channels didn't upload, they launched. And suddenly every timeline looked like a digital courtroom where everybody is the prosecutor and nobody read the full case file. Let's lock one thing in early so nobody trips over the headline. What people are reacting to are documentary comments and interpretations, not court verdicts or proven allegations. But the internet hears a dramatic sentence inside a documentary and treats it like a classified folder just hit the table. That's not logic, that's cinematic. Psychology mixed with Wi-Fi. The circulation pattern followed the classic viral formula. First came the clip fragments, short, punchy, emotionally loaded. Then came the captions, louder, sharper, more confident than the footage itself. Then came the reposts of the reposts with even stronger wording. By the time the 6th version reached most viewers, it sounded like a confession, a revelation, and a plot twist rolled into one, even though it started as commentary. Reaction creators jumped in like emergency crews. responding to a 5-alarm headline. Pause, replay, zoom, slow it down. Run it back? Analyze the phrasing. Analyze the tone. Analyze the pause between two words like it contained hidden treasure. According to the internet, vocal emphasis is now forensic evidence and dramatic timing is legally binding. The first reaction wave split into 3 loud camps. One side declared the statements bold, necessary, and disruptive to the industry comfort zone. Another side declared the internet was over-interpreting selective documentary moments again. The Olympic sport of conclusion jumping. The third side said, maybe we should wait for full context. That side was immediately trampled by louder thumbnails. What supercharged the reaction wasn't just what was said, it was where it was said. Documentary format adds perceived gravity. Put a statement under moody lighting with serious pacing and viewers subconsciously upgrade it from opinion to revelation. Add cinematic music and now it feels like evidence even when it isn't. Production polish is the internet's favorite credibility costume. Headlines multiplied at dangerous speed. Words like explosive, bombshell, and shocking were thrown around like confetti at a parade of overreaction. Thumbnail designers worked like they were being timed. Shock faces, red arrows, giant text. Visual volume replaced informational balance. Fan communities went into instant defense and offense mode. Supporters argued that documentary commentary is supposed to provoke and challenge. Critics argued that provocation without full context creates distortion. Spectators admitted they were confused but entertained, which is the silent majority every viral. Storm runs on. Memes arrived right on schedule because the internet processes tension with jokes the way engines process fuel. One viral joke said social media now considers trailers legally binding testimony. Another said people don't watch documentaries. They watch clips and write verdicts. Comedy, but with fingerprints of truth. Then came the thread writers, the digital detectives with keyboards and unlimited confidence. Long posts appeared connecting years of interviews, past friction, industry jokes, and archive soundbites into mega narratives. Some threads were thoughtful. Others were stretchy enough to qualify as narrative yoga. But length equals authority online. If it's long, people assume it's research. Comment sections turned into debate stadiums. Nobody whispered. Everybody declared. Some demanded accountability. Others demanded patience. A few demanded snacks and silence. The snack crowd made the most sense and got the fewest likes. Another accelerant hit the fire, delivery style. 50 Cent's communication persona is blunt, sharp, and intentionally provocative. When someone known for verbal grenades speaks inside a documentary setting, viewers don't hear commentary, they hear warning bells. Tone reshapes interpretation faster than wording ever could. Livestream panels formed next. Split screens full of commentators talking over each other like a choir that forgot the song. Each one claimed clarity. None agreed. Volume replaced resolution. The algorithm applauded. Self-appointed experts showed up with upgraded job titles. Now we had media frame analysts, industry power interpreters, and implication specialists. According to them, every phrasing choice revealed hidden strategy. Every omission revealed motive. Confidence level maximum. Source verification optional. Pushback voices tried to slow the runaway train. They warned that repeating dramatic interpretations with confident language slowly upgrades. Speculation into accepted truth in public memory. Historically accurate warning. Algorithmically unpopular post. Engagement numbers climbed anyway. Views surged. Debate spaces filled. Hashtags rotated. Emotional intensity is premium fuel for platform distribution. Calm nuance is nutritious but not clickable. Fire spreads. Fog doesn't trend. What makes this moment especially combustible is the name combination factor. High-profile commentator plus high-profile subjects plus documentary framing equals narrative jet fuel. Not because facts changed, but because perceived stakes rose. Right now we're still in the ignition stage, where interpretation runs faster than confirmation and confidence outruns context. That always means the same thing in internet physics. And right on schedule. The second wave didn't knock. It kicked the algorithm in the chest and took over the building. This is the phase where a viral moment stops being a clip and starts being an industry-wide debate buffet. Plates everywhere. Opinions everywhere. Nobody washing their hands. Because once those documentary statements from 50 Cent kept circulating and getting reinterpreted, the reaction economy went from busy to absolute overdrive. This wasn't coverage anymore. This was competitive amplification. Bigger commentary creators entered like main event fighters. New thumbnails dropped every hour looking like someone had just witnessed a meteor land in a recording studio. Titles got louder. Fonts got bigger. Certainty got stronger, even when context didn't. Again, anchor this clearly. What's driving the firestorm is commentary and interpretation from documentary material, not verified legal conclusions. But social media treats dramatic framing like a truth amplifier. Adds suspense pacing and suddenly viewers don't hear a statement. They hear a siren. Clips were remixed, recaptioned, and re-edited into multiple emotional flavors. One version looked reflective. Another looked confrontational. Another looked explosive. Same source, different emotional packaging. That's the remix effect. Editing doesn't just present reality, it flavors it. And online audiences often taste the flavor and call it the ingredient. Influencer commentators rolled out breakdowns packaged like pay-per-view events. Some defended hard-hitting documentary talk as necessary disruption. Others warned that viewers were turning sharp commentary into courtroom conclusions again. A third group tried to stand in the middle and got trampled by both sides and a meme page. Memes reached full championship form. Fake streaming posters. Parody documentary titles. Mock narrator voiceovers saying things like, "In a world where nobody watched the full segment but everybody reached a verdict." Another viral joke said the internet now runs on 20% facts and 80% dramatic zoom-ins. Comedy, but with suspicious accuracy. Pop culture comparisons went wild. People said the reaction cycle felt like a crossover between a music docuseries, a legal thriller, and a reunion show where the host quit halfway through. Others joked that social media now treats editing cuts like plot twists and background music like sworn testimony. If tension were evidence, movie trailers would run the justice system. Then came the panel era, live stream debates everywhere. Split screens stacked like a video call from chaos headquarters. 5 voices, 7 opinions, 0 landing. It sounded like a GPS system arguing with itself during a thunderstorm. Everyone had conviction. Nobody had final proof. Nobody had final proof. Engagement loved every second. Narrative megathreads exploded across platforms. Digital detectives connected historical interviews, past jokes, old rivalries, and archived clips into giant theory webs. Some threads were careful and labeled speculation. Others were built like conspiracy skyscrapers with assumption cement. Length created credibility. Footnotes were optional. Fan bases hardened from viewers into factions. Agreement became identity. Disagreement became offense. Supporting one interpretation turned into a badge. Rejecting another turned into a mission. Nuance got evicted. Loyalty moved in with luggage. The algorithm, smiling like a villain in a cartoon, boosted the loudest takes first. Emotional reaction equals distribution. Calm contextual explanation equals polite obscurity. Platforms don't reward accuracy speed. They reward engagement velocity. Self-appointed specialists upgraded their titles again. Now we had narrative intent decoders and documentary framing auditors. According to them, every pause meant strategy. Every phrase meant signal. Every omission meant hidden direction. Confidence level skyscraper high. Source trail sometimes invisible. Counter dash creators pushed back. Warning about interpretation inflation. How repeating a dramatic claim with confident tone slowly rewrites public memory from statement to fact. That warning is historically correct and virally underpowered. Caution posts travel by bicycle. Outrage posts travel by rocket. The reaction to reaction economy exploded next. Creators weren't just responding to the documentary commentary. They were responding to other creators' responses. Then others responded to those responses. A content hall of mirrors formed. At that point, The original clip is just the great-grandparent of the current. Argument. Humor accounts slice through the noise with brutal accuracy. One viral post said, "Social media doesn't separate opinion, allegation, and proof. It binge watches them in one playlist." Another said, "We don't wait for full context. We order hot takes with express delivery." Funny because it hurts, speculation about behind-the-scenes fallout started trending. People predicted private calls, tense meetings, emergency PR sessions, entire invisible conversations written by strangers with cinematic confidence. Online storytelling hates empty space. It furnishes it with assumption furniture. Prediction culture took over. Response interview coming. Clarification statement coming. Follow-up segment coming. According to the timeline, the future was fully scheduled and emotionally charged. Waiting became unacceptable. Guessing became content. What shifted most in this phase was gravity. The conversation moved from what was said to what does this mean for everyone involved. That's escalation. Meaning debates last longer than wording debates. Interpretation travels further than quotes. Reputation talk surged. Brand impact talk surged. Industry alliance talk surged. Not because new verified facts dropped, but because perceived stakes expanded. Online stakes grow through repetition, not confirmation. We're now at peak escalation. Commentary layered on commentary. Reaction stacked on reaction. Certainty racing ahead of documentation. And every viral controversy follows the same physics. Rule right here. And now we hit the phase most viewers don't admit they're waiting for, the consequence chapter. Not the clip, not the reaction, not the meme storm, the fallout narrative. This is where the internet stops shouting, "Did you hear that?" and starts asking, what does this change? Because once bold documentary commentary from a figure like 50 Cent gets amplified across platforms with Diddy and Justin Bieber pulled into the conversation, the story stops being a moment and starts being a moving target. This is where perception does gymnastics without a safety net. Public opinion doesn't walk, it swings. Some viewers interpret the documentary statements as table-shaking truth talk that forces uncomfortable conversations. Others interpret the same moments as dramatic framing that audiences are stretching too far. A third group says the real lesson is how fast online culture upgrades commentary into conclusion. 3 interpretations. Same source. Welcome to digital reality. Reputation analysts, also known as people with threads and bold fonts, began scoring image impact like it's a championship fight. Credibility hit, narrative shift, public trust pressure. None of these are official metrics. But say them with confidence and a bar chart graphic, and suddenly it feels like a quarterly earnings call for controversy. The spotlight now shifts to narrative control. Whoever speaks next and how matters more than whoever spoke first. Timing becomes strategy. Tone becomes currency. A calm clarification can cool a fire, or get ignored because it's not dramatic enough. A fiery response can energize supporters, or extend the headline another news cycle. Crisis communication. Online is like diffusing a bomb where the wires keep changing color. Prediction culture goes into overdrive here. According to social media, response interviews are coming, statements are coming, counter-narratives are coming, exclusive reveals are coming. Everything is coming soon, except verified closure. The internet schedules the future like it owns the calendar. Digital detectives return to archive mode. Old interviews resurface. Past jokes resurface. Historical tension clips resurface. The internet doesn't just remember, it resurrects. Context sometimes included, shock value always included. A 10-year-old quote can trend tomorrow if it fits today's argument. Relationship speculation joins the party too. Viewers start mapping alliances, distances, and imagined fractures like conspiracy board engineers. Who still follows who? Who liked which post? Who didn't react fast enough? Apparently, emoji timing is now admissible evidence in the court of public opinion. Fatigue shows up, but doesn't win. Viewers say they're tired of the story while refreshing for updates like it's a live sports score. That's the paradox of viral controversy. Attention complains loudly and stays seated. Outrage is exhausting and addictive at the same time. Media critics zoom out and point to the bigger machine. Documentary storytelling plus celebrity commentary plus social media clipping equals perceived authority multiplied by emotional editing. Viewers often blur the line between perspective and proof. Production weight adds perceived truth weight, even when the content is still interpretation. That's not always manipulation, but it is powerful psychology. Humor creators once again deliver the cleanest truth disguised as jokes. One viral line says, "Online, dramatic editing is treated like evidence and calm context is treated like an excuse." Another says, "We don't separate facts and takes, we marinate them together." The laughter lands because the mirror is accurate. The debate matures slightly here, from explosion to argument. Fewer people screaming, more people positioning. The conversation becomes less about shock and more about stance. Not resolved, just organized disagreement. Think less riot. More courtroom sketch with megaphones. Brand impact discussions widen beyond the individuals mentioned and toward media. Culture itself. Should documentary creators push hard angles to spark debate? Should audiences slow down before converting commentary into certainty? Should platforms throttle emotional amplification? Important questions. Debated at meme speed with headline volume. This stage also reveals something uncomfortable. First impressions stick harder than later clarifications. Even if fuller context appears later, the original dramatic wave leaves a mark. That's why early framing matters more than late nuance in the attention. Economy. The controversy now sits in the hot coal phase. Not exploding, glowing. Not gone, embedded. It becomes reference material for future debates, future interviews, future reaction clips. Viral storms don't disappear. They archive and reload. Observers of past media firestorms recognize the pattern clearly. Initial drop. Reaction explosion. Interpretation inflation. Meme saturation. Consequence debate. Then one of two things happens: clarification arc or replacement scandal. Attention rarely ends. It relocates, but unresolved controversy has a special habit. It waits quietly, then returns when a new clip, new interview, or new statement reconnects the storyline. Digital memory has perfect recall and terrible timing. Right now, the audience holds three things at once: curiosity, uncertainty, and conclusion. Not everyone holds the same conclusion, but everyone holds one. That's the power and danger of high drama. Documentary commentary in the social media age. Interpretation becomes personal truth. Faster than verification becomes shared truth. And if you think this closes the book, you haven't studied internet history. Viral controversy doesn't end with a period dot. And if your brain feels like it just binge-watched a documentary, 10 reaction videos and a comment section cage fight at the same time, congratulations. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Because here, we don't just replay headlines, we rip them open. Check the wiring and see which parts are facts, which parts are framing, and which parts are pure cinematic seasoning. Now I want your verdict, and no safe, fence-sitting answers. Drop your take in the comments right now. Do bold documentary statements push necessary conversations? Or does the internet turn sharp commentary into instant conviction way too fast? Bring your sharpest angle, your spiciest logic, your most debate-worthy opinion. The